Hello. Okay, so I've got something a bit different today. It's a poem. I'm not really into poetry, but somebody sent me this a few years ago, and I've read it, a few times over the years, and I've never really fully agreed with the language of it or anything like that. It's quite strong, but just read it just recently, and yeah, it really spoke to me. So I want to share it with you. Here it goes. It's quite long. It's called "When God Wants a Man." When God wants to drill a man and thrill a man and skill a man, when God wants to mould a man to play the noblest part, when he yearns with all his heart to create so bold a man that the world shall praise, watch his method, watch his ways. How he ruthlessly perfects whom he royally elects, how he hammers him and hurts him, with mighty blows converts him into trial shapes of clay, which only God understands. While his tortured heart is crying, and he lifts beseeching hands, how he bends but never breaks, when God's will he undertakes. How he uses whom he chooses, and with every purpose fuses him, by every heart induces him to try his splendour out. God knows what he's about. When God wants to take a man, and shake a man and wake a man, when God wants to make a man to do his will, when he desires to create him large and whole, with what wisdom he prepares him. How he goads and never spares him, how he whets him, how he frets him, and in poverty begets him, how he sometimes disappoints, whom he sacredly anoints. With wisdom he will hide him, never minding what betide him, makes him so lonely that only God's high messages shall reach him, so that they may surely teach him what the hierarchy planned. When God wants to name a man, and fame a man, and tame a man, when God wants to shame a man to do his heavenly best, when he tries the highest test that is his reckoning may bring, how he reins him and restrains him so his body scarce contains him, while he fires him and inspires him. He keeps him yearning, ever burning, for a tantalizing goal, lures and lacerates his soul, sets a challenge for his spirit, draws it higher when he's near it, makes a jungle that he clear it, makes a desert that he fear it, and subdue it if he can. So does God make a man. He hurls a mountain in his path, puts a bitter choice before him, relentlessly standing over him. Climb or perish, so he says. Watch his purpose, watch his ways. God's plan is wondrous kind. Could we understand his mind? Fools are they who call his blind. When his feet are torn and bleeding, yet his spirit mounts unheeding, all his higher power speeding, blazing newer paths and fine, with force that is divine. He leaps to challenge every failure, and his ardour still is sweet, and love and hope are burning, even in the presence of defeat. Lo the crisis, lo he shouts, that must call the leader out. When the people need salvation, does he come to lead a nation? Then does God show his plan, when the world has found a man. I hope you enjoyed that. Cheers.